Hello and good morning. It's Phil Thatch and I'm here today at the Chickamauga Dam, which has a bridge going over it. And while I was out here working on photographs, a vehicle drove by and you could tell it was really struggling. And now it is broken down on the dam. And because of that, there is a giant traffic jam behind me here. And this morning has not gone as planned. It was nice and foggy to start out this morning, so I got up early and was all excited, and I came down here. I've thought for a long time it'd be fun to take a photograph of one of these trees that's kind of out here in this field with the lake in the background, but there's too much stuff back there, and I would like maybe some fog to make that stuff disappear. But the fog lifted right as I got here, and so I ended up kind of fiddling around and struggling to find a composition. I ended up making a panorama of this one tree, the one tree there that's kind of in the middle, hopefully with the dam in the background. And I don't even know if it'll stitch, but we'll see. I'm using the Z6 this morning, and so far I've been using the 70 to 210 push-pull zoom that I have. But there's some other stuff to fill around with here, and I'm gonna keep on digging. This first shot is one that I just kind of framed up and made a handheld shot, and I was thinking I might make a tripoded up and more serious photo of this, but I didn't like the way it looked on the back of the camera, and then I did like it on the computer. So there you have it. Now here is the panorama that I made of the dam, and I thought the light was really interesting. It's kind of right at the end of sunrise and just before golden hour started. And I thought the color of the light was really beautiful. And then also I was really thrilled with the reflections of the dam on the Chickamauga Lake there. Really came out nicely, I thought. And it still has the one tree in the foreground that is really nice. And then if you look, there's the cranes. I made a photograph of those cranes one time with the XT3 on the other side of the dam. Well, I'm still working on it and still struggling. I found kind of an interesting composition. It's vertical, though. The only way I could get rid of all the distractions was to make it a vertical composition. But it's of a light post with the lake in the background and a kind of a path going across. And there's a garbage can also in the shot. It's kind of cool. This is probably my favorite photograph of the day. I love this photograph. You've got the lake in the background that's almost completely high keyed out, but you can see some textures of the water, and then you've got the two walking paths and the grass and the light post and the garbage can in the distance, and it's kind of making a triangle where the garbage can is the point of the triangle and the light post, top and bottom, are the other 2 points of the triangle. And I love the black vulture on the top of the light post, and it's kind of nature's garbage can, and then there's a human garbage can in the background. I really am happy with this one. Well, I'm still out here digging. This time I've come over to the marina that's near the dam. This is Irwin Marina, I believe. Irwin Marine Sales. They also sell boats. And the road that comes down to this area has some really beautiful mature trees, and I've always thought as I'm leaving here, man, those are pretty, but it might be hard to get a composition of them. But what I've done, and there's some neat light coming through as well, what I've done is I've got two trees way up the road in my shot. These two trees right here are not in the shot at all, and then that really big tree is in the shot. And I've made a few of those. To get the light right, I need an exposure of like a second or thereabouts, a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, I'm not even really sure. But I've waited until there's a car coming down the road to make my shot 2 or 3 times. So there's a blurred car in the shot. So that's kind of cool. And now I have another idea. All right, so this is the best of the photographs that I was describing. I made several of this same kind of shot, but this was the very best one. The light was kind of constantly changing, and this one had the best light and probably one of the better blurred cars. Now, I went across and did some other photographs I'm going to show you in just a minute, and then I came back and made this photograph. I went on the other side of the road for this one and made this shot. Kind of the same idea, this time a motorcycle coming down the hill, and I like it too as well. I like to watch a YouTube channel that is Kirk Williamson, and one of the things he likes to photograph with his Fuji cameras is marinas near him. Now he's out on the ocean, and so his marinas are a lot more interesting than mine. But while I was down here right by a marina, I made a few photographs of some of these boats over here with reflections, and hopefully at least one of them will turn out okay. The marina photos seem to be much more attractive in black and white. I made quite a few, and I'm only going to show you my two favorite ones, with my second most favorite is the one I'm going to show to you first. That's this one right here. It's pretty nice, but this next one has kind of an interesting boat as the main focal point there in the middle. It's unlike most of the boats that you'll see on the Tennessee River with its completely closed cabin, and this one is my favorite of the marina photographs. Well, I found another thing to make photographs of. Here at the entrance to Irwin Marine Sales and the Chickamauga Marina, there's these posts with thick rope around them in a very mariner type of look, and I've got the Z6 and the 70-210 kind of almost in the road down here, getting a perspective shot with leading lines. I'm shooting at f/22 to try to get as much of it in focus as possible, but it's still only the first post that's good and in focus, and I'm definitely not going to be doing any focus stacking. I kind of like it drifting out of focus slowly, and f/22 is making it look pretty artistic. This one also looked much better in black and white than color while I was doing my edit. And I like this photograph quite a bit, but I feel like there's just something kind of missing from it. I liked it enough to share it in the video, but maybe I'll go back and try this shot again someday. All right, I guess that's going to do it for me today from here at the upper area of the Chickamauga Dam, the Chickamauga Marina, and Irwin Marine Sales. I've had a nice time making photographs this morning. Kind of took me a while to get going, but I think I finally got some pretty decent ones. I hope you enjoyed them. And if you did, hit the thumbs up button. I sure would appreciate that. If you want to see some more, subscribe and hit the bell. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.